Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at the Motorhome and Caravan Show 2025 and I'm on the Bailey of Bristol stand. In this video I'm going to be taking my first look at the brand new Bailey Autograph range for 2026. Now some of you will be familiar with the Autograph Motorhome. It has been brought back for this new season, so we're going to dive around the 4 models that are available and take a closer look. So just to give you a quick summary before we make a start, out of the 4 models, you're going to have the 72-2, which is a 2-berth with 2 travel seats. Then we have the 79-4T with the twin beds, the 79-4I with the island bed, and the 81-5, which is this one here, which is a 6-berth motorhome with 5 travel seats. So those are the models available. We're now going to take a walk around, find out more about them, and dive straight in. So, Bailey Autograph for 2026, what do we need to know? Well, as I say, we're going to start on the 72-2. So this motorhome is based on Peugeot. It has a 2.2 litre diesel engine and 180 horsepower, so it's the high spec version. Whilst it's based on Peugeot, it does have the Alco chassis. Now in terms of size, this one is 7 metres and 29 centimetres in length, and it is a 3.5 tonne motorhome, so you can drive it on your standard car licence. It does have 2 berths and 2 travel seats, as I mentioned. On the exterior, you're going to get the black cab, as we can see. And then coming round, we can see the graphics or the decals for the 2026 season. Up on the roof, standard, you will get a 200-watt solar panel, an aerial, and the Wi-Fi is optional. You will also get the wind-out Thule awning. Now, everything you see on the motorhome comes in at a price point of just under £90,000. What I do like is the silver sides and these graphics with Autograph embossed here. Let's start at the rear and then we can make our way back down that side. So you will get a standard, the rear view camera, and pre-installation for a bike rack as well if you wish to add that. Then we can see the white one-piece rear here and this nice new light cluster, so certainly a modern feel on the rear end with the LED lighting. Also standard, you're going to get Alder wet central heating as well, which personally I think is an added bonus, especially at this price point. Here we can see there's a garage, so it's nice to see that we are getting garage space for all our equipment. The table is also stored here for the inside, so a dedicated storage area. Right, let's venture in and take a look. As we go in, you will note on the side we have a gas barbecue point and our electric hookup point. We'll come inside and make a start in the front. Now this motorhome also has a 100 litre freshwater tank and a 100 litre grey waste tank, so the services are incredibly good. Now here we are in this front lounge. Because it's a 2-berth, we're not having a fixed bed, but we do have a drop-down bed. So here in the Peugeot cab, we have a 10-inch screen and automatic transmission. That is standard, as well as the 180 horsepower. We can see the furnishings on the seats with the Bailey embossed, and then we have this manoeuvrable little table. This is brilliant. If you don't want to put up the full-size table in the garage, you've got this here to put drinks on. And then a real bonus in the lounge are these large seats. So as I say, this motorhome, 7 metres and 29, but lots of interior space. I like here how you can lounge out, and this sculpted sofa seat here, so giving you additional comfort. We can see our scatter cushions. These are a green tone, and this one almost a dark blue slate colour. The blinds, as we can see, and these little curtains as well. So this is our lounge area, and then above me there's a drop down bed. Now this drop down bed, to the best of my knowledge, is 6 feet long, so just consider that if you're a taller person, that's the length of the drop down bed. But I will put a link to the Bailey website in the description so you can check all the specifications yourself. Then we come through into our kitchen area. Good sized kitchen, and you do get the Thetford gas grill and oven, and that complements the hob. The good thing with this is you are getting an electric hot plate as well as 3 gas burners. When you're not using the hob, pull this down and obviously you've got all the worktop space, the sink and the tap, the splashback matching the worktop. You do get a microwave plenty of storage throughout the kitchen space as well. And that's included here, and a nice bank of drawer space as well. Over on the near side of the motorhome, we can see a television's been put in for display purposes, so it gives us an idea. TV here, and then the Thetford Tower fridge and freezer. So this is an absorption fridge and freezer. It will run off electric and gas when you are not on electric hookup. Really good size to it there. Coming back, we then find our washroom along the rear. So we're above the garage here, so a little bit more raised up. In this corner, we have a fantastic shower here, really good size. I'll just step into this so you can see that. Plenty of headroom here in the shower screen, and then as we come along, we have the sink unit with storage underneath, more storage here. So this is where you're going to be able to keep your clothing, the aerial coming in here. There's also a further bathroom cabinet there, and you'll see the heated towel rail, part of the Alder system. Right, let's continue on and we can find out more about the other models. So this one is the 72-2 on the Autograph range. 2 berths, 2 travel seats. Let's head over now round this corner and go to the 79-4i. So the 79-4i is a much bigger motorhome. This is 7 metres and 95 centimetres in length. It also has a much higher gross vehicle weight. This is not a 3.5 tonne motorhome. This is 4,500 kilos or 4.5 tonnes. So you will need the C1 category on your driver's licence. This one is based on the Peugeot as well, the 2.2 litre diesel engine, 180 horsepower, and automatic transmission. You're going to get all the equipment on this one that we have just seen on the 72, and that includes that Alder wet central heating system, this Thule awning, the solar and the aerial, as well as all that other equipment. Let's go inside and take a look at the layout in here. So in we go. Now this motorhome offers 4 berths and 4 travel seats. So this may be another one for couples or a family. The lounge in this one, we can see the nice wraparound style here in the L shape. We still have this table and then a bench seat here. So there's plenty of room to relax here. The cabinets, now we don't have that drop down bed, but we have here nice cabinets instead. And the finish, I do like this. So we've got the wood with almost a coppery gold effect, and then the black. Pressing the button, we can open the locker and just take a look in there. Closing that up. You'll also notice on the flooring, we have got the carpets fitted here in the show, and underneath you can just make out the grey finish on the floor if you weren't going to use that. This will convert into a bed space as well, so if you are using it as a 4 berth, and you will have storage under your bench seat. This has the 100 litre fresh tank and 100 litre grey waste as well. Then I'm going to move through into the kitchen space. So into the kitchen, we have that worktop space again, the same lift up, the electric, the gas, the grill, the oven, the drawers, the microwave. Here we see the television in this position, so slightly different, but we've still got the tower fridge and freezer here on our near side. Now this one, the 79-4i, has the island bed. So the I is for the island bed. I'm going to step up and make my way towards it. Next, we're in the centre of the motorhome, and on the off side we find our shower cubicle. Again, good size. There's a little bit of intrusion from the footwell, but you often do find that on motorhomes from any manufacturer. 2 plug holes there for the drainage. And then we'll take a look in the washroom on the near side in a minute, but I'll just step back to the island bed. The island bed, it does retract. This is 6'2" in length, so a little bit longer than we saw in the 72 model. So a 6'2" long bed. You can see there's a wardrobe at each side, some little USB downlighters, LED downlighters, and here there is some USB and USB-C charging points. So on a night, you can put your gadgets on there, and there's also some little drawers under there as well. You'll find that sunroofs are dotted throughout the motorhome. I'll open this and you can take a look in here. So in here on the near side, you are going to find the swivel toilet and then the sink and some cabinet space. So that's going to be your separate washroom separated from the shower room, and that is a bonus, I think. It does tend to give you a little bit more space, and you've also got that changing area as well. Right, so that is the 79.4i with the island bed. Let's make our way round and have a look at the 79.4t, the single beds. So coming round, now this one's actually got the awning deployed, so it's nice to be able to take a look. Here again we can see the front of this Bailey autograph with the graphics. The front Peugeot styling still has the 180 horsepower and the automatic, so this equipment is across the range. Here we can see the awning's actually been wound out, and they've added some nice little lighting, and this just gives you an idea. You know, when you're out on the campsite, if you want to do things like this, it just brings it to life that little bit more. This one again is 7 metres and 95 centimetres in length and 4,500 kilos gross vehicle weight, so you are going to need the C1 category on your licence. Let's dive inside and take a look at the layout. This one is still the 4-berth with 4 travel seat as well. Coming up, we again see the cab, so we see the reflection here as we saw in the island bed model with our lounge area. And again, I do like the wooden cabinetry. This works very nicely in here, I think. And then coming through to the kitchen space. So the kitchen space here again, the same as we saw on the island bed layout with the grill, oven and the drawers. I'll just open one of these up so we can take a look at the depth and style of those. And if I go down, they are soft close as well. And then as we move back, the tower fridge and freezer units with a little cupboard here for storage. There are several sunroofs throughout the motorhome, so if you are wanting to add air conditioning, that wouldn't be a problem to utilise one of these, I'm quite sure. Stepping back again. Now here again we have our shower on the off side. When you are wanting to separate the space, I'll just demonstrate this. You move the door across, and that's going to separate the front part of the motorhome to this middle and rear section. So here we have the shower cubicle, again the same as we saw on the previous model, but back here the T stands for twin beds. These are also known as longitudinal beds. That's how they'd refer to them in Europe, and that's generally how I refer to them in my reviews. But these are twin beds or longitudinal, and that means they're running down the motorhome in this direction. One of these beds is 6'2" in length, the other is 6'1" in length. So you have those figures there for you. There's a little bit of storage here and then a little shelving unit there. And then at the back we can see the curvature there of the motorhome rear end, some padded headboard space, and then you can also see that fold down flap. I believe what you'll be able to do with this is potentially pull this out. You also have access here into the garage space underneath. So if you've got items in the garage that you just want to reach through to get, you can do that. So that's the 2 beds here, and we have the LED downlighters as well there. You are also going to get under here wardrobe space. So storage under each bed, because you won't have the wardrobes at the side like we have on the island bed. And I'll open this up and you can have a look in that washroom. So again, the Thetford swivel toilet, it's on a little raised platform as well there. You can see the sink, and then we have the cabinet which is mirrored. If I open one of these up, now you'll see also one thing I mention quite regularly is the bars across to stop your toiletries going everywhere. They're not actually fitted on here, so that is one thing to be mindful of. And open the other one so you can see there as well. So that's the cabinet. You do also get the world's longest toilet pulling cord as well, literally down to the floor, so do be careful you don't pull that when manoeuvring about on the toilet. So there we go. So these are the 79.4 models, 4 berths, and these are priced around £93,000. You do here have the television storage point and also a wireless charger here. You'll get Sonos speakers on these motorhomes too. Right. Last but not least, let's head over to the 81.5. So the 81.5, this is the family model. This has 6 berths, but only 5 travel seats. So bear that in mind. If you are a family of 6, you've only got 5 travel seats. And that's why it relates to the 81.5. So in terms of size, this motorhome is 8 metres and 17 centimetres, 8 metres and 13 centimetres in length, sorry. It's 4,500 kilos gross vehicle weight. So again, you'll need your C1. Now it is a little bit different here. We do still have the garage space, but it is a little bit reduced. What I do like though is you get a plug socket, and there is also a USB and USB-C charging point in the rear there. You can see here demonstrated with a couple of bikes, and then the rear end. So we have the rear view camera and the integrated Thule bike preparation as well. There's a window that we can see here, so that gives us an idea that it's going to be a little bit different inside. So let's go inside and take a look at this family layout. So coming in, now with this being 6 berths, we have a number of drop-down beds, and it is quite clever. I'll give that to Bailey for sure. They're one of those manufacturers that does provide a good amount of living space and sleeping space. So the lounge area, good amount of room back here. And as I say, this motorhome just over 8 metres long, so we should find plenty of room in here. The television's situated here, so this is quite nice. If you sat around here as a family, you're going to be able to watch the telly there. And I like that they've put a larger television in, so you're not having to compromise on that TV. Up above here, we have the first of our drop-down beds. So you'll be able to lower this down, and this is going to give you 2 berths here. Then we come through into a really good sized kitchen on the near side. We'll do the washroom on the way back. Absolutely excellent. You can see as well, you've got the control panels here for the beds and the heating system on the Alder. So controls there. And then coming down, plug sockets, light switches, everything is here and it's easily accessible. We have again our Thetford hob and the oven and the grill appliance, the microwave and the storage. And then on this side, on the off side, we've got the big Thetford Tower fridge and freezer. The freezer compartment here and the fridge. I love this one. It's one of my favourites. You probably, if you watch the reviews, hear me talk about these quite a lot. So an excellent fridge and freezer. Situated back here, we've got another lounge. So we have a bracket here for the television. And then if we move around, you can see the lounge area. So this is another relaxation space for the family. There's a charging point back here, wireless charger, and then you can see access here. I'll open this one up into the garage, and this one's a separate wardrobe space. I'll open this one as well. And then you can see there how you can access your garage space. So really handy storage and access points. And I do like as well that you've got all these charging points at the back. So if the kids are sat back here with the table up, they can charge all the bits and pieces. You'll notice that there's another drop-down bed here. So this is another of your 2 berths. The lounge area, I'm not sure whether it's the front one or this one, I believe it'll probably be this one, will also convert into a bed. So you'll have 2 berths up there, 2 berths there, and 2 berths in the lounge space. So that's a total of 6. Obviously, it depends. You might even just be a couple and you feel like you want this rear lounge space, in which case this is an option for you. So there we go, lovely space back here and loads of headroom here, even with the bed, and plenty of headroom here, absolutely loads of that, even for the taller person. Now on this side, you can see the washroom. So here we find our Thetford swivel toilet, there's a mirrored cabinet, and then a smaller sink just in the corner with storage underneath it as well, and then mirrors and shelving in there. You'll also find again a number of sunroofs in this model for if you do want to add that air conditioning unit. Right, I'll close that. I'm going to pull that door across and venture in. Now in this corner you will find the shower space. There's always a compromise on a motorhome that gives 6 berths. They've got to utilise the space, and I'd say the compromise is going to be in the shower space. The shower screen is going to come across here. You have the shower itself, somewhere to hang your towels, but this is a more restricted space. However, I think a lot of people, especially families, probably go on the campsite shower facility and use that. But that is the all-in-one washroom. So rear lounge, drop-down beds everywhere, front lounge, Fantastic. Right, out we dive, and we'll have a bit of a summary about the range. So that is the Bailey Autograph range for 2026. We started with the 72.2, starting at just under £90,000. We made our way round and we did our next models, the 79.4i and 79.4t, and then we came here and finished on the 81.5, and this is priced at just around £94,000. This is the top end of the pricing of the Autograph range. So those are the 4 new models from Bailey based on Peugeot. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look. I'm going to put a link to the Bailey website in that description so you can check out the full specifications. Thank you to Bailey who have let us come and film on the stand today. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.